It's time to let it flow. It's time to let it flow. Yeah, it's time to let it flow. Yeah, it's time to let it flow. It's time to let it flow. What's poppin'? Welcome to the next episode of Let It Flow. Got a special guest with me, Kreshai.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. These shots starting to kick in, so I'm doing great.
Perfect. The shit that sets the tone.
Okay, well that's what I need. I mean, we're gonna have another shot o'clock in like 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, for sure. So tell me this: who is Kreshai?
Houston's favorite BBW, if you don't know. Also, I mean, I would say Kreshai is like an entity, like a walking brand. Like I do everything, so I feel like you want to know about modeling, you can ask Kreshai. You want to know about cooking, comedy, stand up, all around BBW influencer. I can direct, I can act, I can sing. So I mean, honestly, I feel like Kreshai is everything you want to be if you want to be successful.
So you got a lot of talents.
Yeah, you know, a lot of hidden talents, a lot of talents I discovered along the way. I'll say that for sure.
That's how it be.
For sure.
So you mentioned you were a chef. Well, what's your favorite dish to cook?
So I got popular for my pastas. Literally, I'd make every pasta. I don't know. I've made so many different pastas. You can ask me like just at this point. But I personally love making like soul food, Cajun food. Like that's me. Like
Soul food.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite like dish to make with soul food? Or what's your best side?
My best side?
Yeah.
I mean, I make some bomb mac and cheese, though. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Okay.
And I mean, that's not just a big girl thing. I really make some bomb mac and cheese, okay? But, my greens. Yeah. Dang, you making me hungry. But, my favorite thing, like, to make.
What's your favorite meat? Or what's your best meat?
I make some bomb oxtails. You eat oxtails?
I've actually never tried oxtails.
What?
That's crazy. Whenever I go to like Jamaican, I just get curry. You know, that's my shit. So I eat that shit today.
So you just get curry?
That's it.
Curry goat, curry chicken,
That's it.
curry shrimp.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, well, you need to try some oxtails.
Yeah.
But I will say, oxtails, the soul food way and the Jamaican way, they different.
They're different, okay.
They're very different because the Jamaican, they make theirs Jamaican style.
Yeah.
Now, some Jamaican style oxtails, fire. But
Yeah.
you got to try the ones with the gravy, too. Like, you know, crock pie or you bake them. Those hit different. Like,
So I gotta try both.
yeah,
Both
you got to try
styles.
both. You really just got to go both. Like, go two different restaurants, try both. You know, I can suggest some, you know.
For sure. I might gotta get you to cook it for me. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, I can do that, too. I mean, it's going to be fire either way. I ain't Jamaican.
Oh, well we'll
But
do
I
it soul
can
food
just
way.
try.
For sure.
Yeah.
So what got you into content creating?
Well, I honestly started cooking for popular YouTubers when I first started cooking. And I was really just watching and I was just always interested. Like, dang, I wonder what they doing. Or, dang, this really a process. And I honestly wanted to start YouTube before because I was a huge fan. I had my favorites or whatever. And I've actually got to work with my favorites. So it's like, I don't have my little moment. But, you know, deep down inside, I'm like, oh. But, I used to watch YouTube, so it was like I was already interested. So when I started cooking for popular YouTubers and I started seeing them like on a day-to-day, what they do, how they do it, honestly, I just was like, I wonder if I could do it. And what would I do? And then the hardest part was trying to figure out like what exactly do I have to offer that people want to see? But then I started cooking for comedians and rappers, and I started being myself, getting more comfortable being myself around people who I felt like I would never meet. And they started telling me how funny I was, or they love this, or they love that. So I'm like, dang, maybe I should. Like, maybe I should try. So it kind of just put me in the right places. Like, cooking put me in the right places to meet the right people, to discover talents I didn't know I had. Wow. If that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
I would have never knew I was funny if I never got put in a room with a bunch of people who actually listened to me long enough to know I was funny. If that makes sense.
Right.
So,
well, especially people who have like an opinion that you can respect highly.
Right.
You're like, oh shit, you said that? It's one thing when they say that, but when that person said it, you're like, oh damn.
Right. So
that
to have actual
something.
Comedians tell me like, girl, you funny as shit.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
Oh, for real? You funny as shit.
Right.
So at some point I was like, okay, let me see what I can do. And then I kind of just My very first YouTube video I ever did was a bikini smasher pass. And honestly, it was so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. And I was the only plus size girl there. And before that, I had struggled with like insecurities and all that. So I was scared, but I'm like, okay, I don't really know what to do. And I'm like, I know they're going to try to talk about me, so I'm going to talk about them back. And I was roasting somebody and it went viral on TikTok.
Oh,
and
wow.
then after that, it was like everybody started asking me to do their videos. I'm like,
whose video was that?
My very first one, it was Runix TV. He did a bikini smasher pass a few years ago, and I woke up the next day to a viral clip of me roasting somebody. And then after that, people just started asking me to do them, and then that's kind of how I started my fan base on YouTube, just from roasting people. And then after a while, I was like, okay, well, I'm tired of doing y'all videos. Let me go do some of my own. So now it's like I'm building my own stuff up.
I'm starting to notice that like these face-to-face videos, because I was interviewing Darren last time, and he's had a similar, like I asked him that question. He said the same thing. Like it was like one of those types of videos, those face-to-face videos where he went viral. Those are like creating the new wave of influencers.
They are. And honestly, it's a good but bad thing. I feel like it's a good thing because it's like y'all finally, big YouTubers, when I used to watch YouTube, it felt like we would never get the chance to meet them or we'd never be included. And it was like, all we want to do is be included. And I like the fact that they're including people that want to be included and like actually showing them like, yeah, it's possible and it's not what people think. Like, kids feel like we mega stars because they see us on TV, not realizing YouTube is like, it's a big thing, but it's like we ain't stars for real. We still average people. So I feel like I like that, but what I hate is it opens the door for a lot of people who not willing to do the work or don't know what it takes to do the work to come in easier versus people who have been doing the work for a long time. Because not everybody go to those videos and not everybody participates. So it's like, what if you somebody who's been doing YouTube by yourself for 2 years trying to get collabs the easier, the other way, not just showing up at an easy video with 30 people, and it's like now it's like all your hard work you done put in, you're not getting nothing, but then somebody who
just hops on over,
just pops up in a video, maybe got good energy, and now it's like, yeah, come be in all my videos, and now you get 10K subscribers. I feel like in a way, sometimes it could be degrading to other people because they feel like it's so easy for everybody. Like Pop-Tarts. We got Pop-Tart YouTubers. Like a lot of people have just blew up overnight, and it's like, what do you do?
Right.
How did you blow up? You blew up because you're a friend of somebody?
Yeah, that actually makes sense. It's interesting because like other industries, like for example, acting, it takes a lot of work to get into big
and you can't Pop-Tart with stuff like that.
Like you have to have a lot of talent. You have to really either you got to know somebody, but you got to have that talent.
Right, and I feel like being an influencer and a content creator, it's really easy to ride someone's wave to the top.
Oh yeah. That's the only way to do it.
In most
cases,
though. And I feel like people like me, that's why I've struggled. I feel like I've struggled more because I don't have nobody's wave to ride. Like I came in with people, but I outgrew them, and I got to the point where my wave was already making a name. I branded myself, so it's like with me being my own brand, there's nobody else with this brand I can say, ooh, let me combine my brand with yours and make it. Right now, I'm the only real popular BBW in Houston on YouTube that's doing everything. So it's like I got a lot of people riding my wave, but I can't ride nobody else's. So I really got to figure it out. I don't feel like I fit in most groups. Like I don't fit in the, sad to say, the pretty girl, maybe by a body side of YouTube. I don't fit into that side. And I don't feel like I fit in the, I do pranks and only pranks. Like I feel like I have this middle area where it's just me and I have to navigate differently than everybody else. And I feel like age plays a part too, because I came in doing comedy with kids, but I'm not a kid. So I have to infuse everything. And I feel like, it takes a little bit more work than just latching on to somebody else.
And what's interesting is like, that's a harder route, but once you do it, and I believe you will, it's way more stronger because like when you're the front of the wave, you're the most important person. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else riding you, people know who started the wave. In most cases,
Right.
sometimes it don't work that way, but in most cases, if you do your part right, when you get that wave going, you're the front of it, and it's a big thing. Everybody knows you open that door. There's
That's
so
true.
many things that'll unlock. It's a little bit harder of a path, but it's definitely possible. I mean, it's just like somebody doing YouTube and creating a new niche that's never been seen before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a hard path. They might have crabs, and they're taking these crabs and feeding them food, and people, and then they keep posting their videos. Now everybody wants to see people feeding crabs. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but it's a new thing. So for you, that's just something new. You know what I mean? Like you said, and I feel like once you get it, it's gonna take off. There's no doubt about it.
No, I feel that way too. That's why I usually do sometimes get discouraged because I feel like I don't fit into a lot of different groups. And in a way, it hinders me because it's like, I know I could be further if only I conform to this group or I conform to that group.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Just being yourself.
right. But I was like, I prefer to blow up off myself because at the end of the day, I know that it will be really solid.
Yeah.
And I won't have to worry about a lot of people that's came up off other people. When those relationships are severed, then it's like,
What now?
what do you do now? Or I need them to make it. I don't want to ever be in that position. I want to know that like I did it by myself. So it's like once I make it, I made it, and I ain't got to worry about that. And then whoever came with me, we secure. You know,
For sure.
So, yeah,
Yeah, I respect that. And that's how it is. I mean, that's how you build a strong foundation.
right.
Because when it comes to being an influencer or doing YouTube or whatever you do, TikTok, like you got to have a foundation. Like if all you do is do other people's content, like you scroll down TikTok, you find people's videos, and I've done it a million times, so I'm just as guilty as anybody else. Like I'm gonna do the same video, but a little bit different my way, but it's the same thing. If that's all you're good at, and then once those videos aren't there no more, what are you gonna do now? Like if the person you're copying, they're not making those videos no more, now what? Like you ain't got no content. You have to be yourself. Like you have to
Right.
create you. And so those people are going to gain the followers. They're going to fall off because they don't know what to do. They're not creative. So if you're able to build that foundation of your own creativity and build a fan base off of that, it's going to last a lot longer.
Yeah, because I feel like people like Casanet or Kaylee Nicole, the girl that used to be, do the funny stuff on YouTube. I feel like their followers are genuine because they came up doing something that was different and something that was completely authentic to them.
Yeah.
Versus like everybody, like you said, everybody can copy content, but it's like I look at my platforms like, what if Instagram get deleted tomorrow? What am I gonna be known for? Just another person that was doing funny content, or
Right.
will I be known for my own signature content?
Right.
So I think about longevity in everything I do. So it's like, yeah, I do go have days where I be depressed or feeling like, okay, I could have did this or I could have did this and just blew up tomorrow. But it's like, I want longevity.
Right.
I want people to actually remember me and remember me for something, not just say, oh, she was just another influencer. Like, no, what was I known for? Like, what did I do that made me memorable? Right. And I feel like people don't think about that. Nobody cares. Everybody just care about making money and getting views.
Right.
And it's not about
the only thing people care about usually is like, I want to get views on this next video.
Right.
And that's it. There's no other thought. And that's the difference between like when you really sit down and strategize it and really think about it, like you're trying to get views on the next 20 videos, the next 50 videos. If you're only trying to get views in the next video, then the video after that might not get no views.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the longevity. You got to look at it with longevity for sure.
No, facts. Because
For
right now
success.
I'm probably getting a solid 1,000 views. But I'll be happy with the fact that I get 1,000 views every video.
Right.
Versus getting 10,000 one video and then 900 one video.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the consistency because that means that 1,000 people
Are viewing
every
everything.
video are invested.
Right.
So therefore, that means that I'm going to, that means that it makes me feel like no matter what I post, those 1,000 people care. So they're going to watch it. So now I just need to get another 1,000.
Yeah.
And then I'll be good.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'll be okay with that. Like, I care more about, like it being strong. So I got this strong 1,000 people on YouTube who love me, and I appreciate
Well,
that.
soon
so.
it'll be 5 and then 10.
Right.
It's
well,
on the way.
Right. Let's get
It's
to
on
a
the way.
meal.
Yeah. You feel me? I mean, I believe in manifestation.
Facts.
You know what
Me
I'm saying?
too.
So you mentioned earlier there were some content creators that you were watching before you started YouTube. Who were those content creators?
So me and my best friend used to watch Perfect Laughs every day. Literally. I watched her when she was with Jazz and Tay. I watched her when she was with Armand and Trey. I watched Chris and Queen a lot. I watched all of them. So when I started cooking, and Chris Sales was my first YouTube client. I ain't gonna lie, I was really awkward half of the time because in my head I'm like, I used to watch y'all every day. Like I used to watch y'all, and now I'm watching y'all film or whatever. And when I first met Jazz, I was really excited, but I'm older than most of these people. They don't know that, but I know that. So I'll be like, I'm gonna contain my excitement because I feel like them kids, y'all YouTube stars in my head. But it was like for people to want to work with me just based off me. And me not ever like thinking we'll work together, or me ever presenting myself to you for that. Most times I would message people saying I want to cook for them. It never had to do with content. I never even told people I did content because that was something I was still trying to figure out.
Right.
So
you built your network up.
Yeah.
Before you even started.
So now it's like most of the people I've cooked for, now they know I do content. So I can merge the two now. So in a way, it's helped me over the years because it was like you already knew me. And we already had some type of relationship. So now,
I remember you hit me.
Right. So now I can ask for this little favor. Like, can you just come say hey to my YouTube for a second?
Yeah.
Like, literally, that's all I need.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of people have nothing to give but something to take. Right. So you're trying to just be like, hey, I got something, let's trade off.
Right, exactly. Bartering is definitely a way of life.
But what's crazy is bartering is the system of all rich people. Rich people don't be like, hey man, I need you to do me something. I'll shoot you $1 million, and then give it back to me. I'll do something for you. Like, what's the point? Like, I'll just do something for you, and you do something for me. There's no money exchange. You feel what I'm saying?
And if you are an influencer or a content creator, bartering should be your life.
Exactly.
I will say, and I don't know, and that's why I say, like, I'm grateful that I started where I started because I've learned how to network. I've learned how to do a lot of things business-wise just by being around it. So I feel like I'll be knowing more than a lot of people because I've been bartering for 8 years and I only been an influencer for 2. Like, literally, like, I feel like we, as an entity, a person who has a following or a fan base,
right?
Yes, you can use that to your advantage,
no, for
but
sure.
It's not even using it to your advantage. There are a lot of people who will pay just to talk to you. Unfortunately, and believe me, I never thought this was a thing, but people will pay just to talk to you. So it's like, why not?
Right.
What if they have something to offer? I tell people, you ain't got to pay me, but if you know how to braid some hair or do some lashes or something that's going to save me money in the future, okay, because I probably was going to give you the advice for free anyways, because that's just me as a person.
Exactly. You got to think about, like, big businesses, that's what they do.
Right.
Like, that's how they got big. They were bartering with people, where they can get free this, that, and the other. I'll do this for you, do this for me. And that's how they were able to get so big. So there's nothing wrong with us doing as influencers. Like, everybody did it. Every business you could think of did that shit.
Look, I am one of the most honest influencers. I tell people all the time, influencers be broke for real. Okay? I don't know if you broke for real, but I know it's a lot of them out there that's broke for real. And I don't like that they hide it. Like, people watch us because they enjoy us as people. So why are we trying to act like we're not human? Like, how many YouTube checks do they have to save up to go get a Maserati? Be honest about it. Like, and I feel like I try to be honest about it because people love authenticity. Like, people would support me more because I said I'm broke and I'm struggling versus me saying, yeah, I'm an influencer and I make 20 bands a month, but I still can't afford to pay you for my hair. Like, no, because that makes bartering technically unfair because now I am taking from you. Right. In a way, because I could provide that. So I feel like with me, I barter because I'm honest. I'm going to tell you straight up, yeah, no, I probably wouldn't sit in your chair if it was $350, but I can use my 20K followers and get you some business, and they probably can pay you what I couldn't. And that's me being honest because I feel like people respect that. Right. You build more connections off being honest. I have a lot of people who would literally probably give me free services for life just because I was honest. And they know that I'm going to promote for you just as much as I would have paid you. Like,
right. But you know what's crazy with, like, social media? It's like, it's this persona. If somebody like an influencer were to make it look like they're rich and they got this, that, and the other, and then it kind of puts them on this level of their viewers where they're above. And they're like, oh shit, look up to them. They got all this money. Right. You see what I'm saying? So it's like using that image to portray, like, to create the fame. That's where the fame comes from.
Yeah,
like it's not just that you're seeing videos.
That's why they be stressed.
A lot of them be stressed.
They be stressed
trying to maintain
because you gotta maintain it. Like I'm gonna be honest. Before I did Kiana J's Dollhouse, I would be honest. Before I did Dollhouse, I was not a girly girl, always had my nails, hair done type person. No, I was normal. Like you come, I might have a bonnet on 3 days out the week. That's normal people. Mm-hmm. But when I got put around all these different people and I realized, okay, maybe I should work on these things because it's going to build my image. Right. Keeping up is expensive. Like, it's the fact that you have influencers who change their wigs every 2 days. Mm-hmm. And now I feel like I'm supposed to do that.
Right.
No. That's just not happening. That's not realistic. And I'm not finna stress myself about it. But you have people who literally go out and do that. But you have people who go out and buy new outfits just to take pictures on Instagram and go nowhere in them. And probably spent their last $40 on the outfit, but it's going to get them 20K likes. But Instagram don't pay for likes. So it's like...
doing it just for the likes, huh?
Yeah. Are you helping yourself or are you literally hurting yourself? So I honestly have realized, like, that was another reason why I chose to go my own way. Because if I chose to keep up, I was going to be broke. Because keeping up means spending $400-$500 every 3 days on wigs. Because they not cheap. Somebody got to put them on. Then you got to get your nails done. You got to get by. That's just a lot. And I just feel like people don't... I'm a plus size person. We pay for fabric. Meaning if I go buy a shirt every 2 days, it's going to be a $50 shirt. Because I'm paying for every fabric. Every piece of fabric. No. I'm not doing that. No. I just refuse.
Yeah, trying to keep up, everybody has a cost. Like crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I mean, in this influence world, everybody's wearing the flash shit. Everybody driving the nicest cars. So it's a lot to compete with.
But it's like, to me, it's crazy because everybody is doing the exact same thing but wanting to be unique. Like, everybody can walk around saying, oh, I did it on my own, but then you ain't got the same car as your homeboy. Oh, okay. Or... You spent all these hours doing content just to go look just like your best friend. You went and bought the same chain, the same car, the same clothes.
Yeah, it's like everybody looks the same. You know?
Everybody looks the same.
I mean, even women too. A lot of the women all got the same makeup. It's very similar anyway.
I love how you said that because they all got the same body. If you ask me.
Well, that too though. Well, that too.
Yes,
that too.
There's no. Like, when you look at 90s women, everybody had their own look. Now, everybody looks the same. Literally, everybody looks the same. And
I didn't even think about it like that.
It kind of sucks. All women have the same body shape. What's a muffin top? You don't see them anymore. You don't see normal things that you normally would see on a woman anymore because everybody has the same no waist, slender, big butt, wide hips. Like, everybody looks the same. And I feel like
crazy.
What sets you apart now from the next female? And it's like now you always hear people say, "Well, even baddies get cheated on." Yeah, because what sets you apart from the next baddie now?
Personality becomes so important.
And personality does, but a lot of these people, I feel like a lot of the influencers I know don't have personality because most of their personality is hidden behind their looks. You want to look a certain way, so now you're perceived a certain way. So now you carry yourself a certain way based on how you look. And you don't look original, so now you're acting like every other person.
You know what's crazy? From what I've noticed is like personality comes from experience and like life. True. I feel like a lot of the influencers, they kind of like got into it young, like 17, 18. Like they already got money. Right. They're already doing pretty decent. So they never really experienced like some of the life, you know what I mean? I feel like the people with the best personality. Now some people go through too much and they're just like fucked up, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, or maybe they didn't go through too much, but they didn't deal with it well enough and it just fucked them up. But some people, you go through some shit and that's where the personality comes from. So I feel like that's probably what's missing with a lot of people, like who get money or they're born rich or they got rich too young. And now like there's a personality missing because it's like what makes you, you know what I'm saying? You're just trying to be everybody else. But what's you? What are you?
I feel like the issue I've noticed with a lot of the influencers or YouTubers I watch is when they started because they enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. And the stress of it, keeping up, and like basically trying to be someone you're not it changes you over time. I feel like it's not enjoyable anymore once you realize that now you have to do it. And for a lot of people, because I feel like I started this way late. Like, I don't know what people, I don't remember what I was doing at 17, but it wasn't trying to be a YouTuber, okay? I think I was outside, like normal people. But
yeah,
I feel like because I got to experience life a little bit before I chose to do this, and I didn't just go into it, I actually got to enjoy what real life is before I put myself into something that everybody fakes. I feel like if you start doing YouTube at 17 and you don't like stay original, you basically are going to become a fake person. Like, you basically going to be a walking AI at this point, because you're now programmed to be what you feel you have to be for social media versus you had your own personality before. And I think that's one of the big issues.
I mean, this is an important discussion because I don't think that people have understood this yet. Like, this is happening.
A lot of people are boring.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of YouTubers and I love their content, but I meet them in person and be like, no. A lot of people are boring, and it's because people also don't understand. We film these videos, we at home by ourselves.
I was just about to say that.
And we at home by ourselves.
It's not around a lot of people, just kind of chilling. Like, so when you get around people, it's like they don't know how to, like, because it's like they're more used to just being by themselves, shooting videos, getting mad views. Like, everybody loves you, but what do you do outside of that?
Well, I will say, and I'm not going to just bash, I'm going to just say, because even me, I don't like being approached. And because you have a fan base and people look at you on a certain level, they feel like you're going to perceive yourself as a star when we see ourselves as normal. But then I feel like some people feed into that. Some people like being seen as stars, and they get big-headed with it. And when that happens, then it comes down to, like, are you going to maintain the image you had before, being a normal person, a genuine person, or are you going to feed into what society wants you to be? And I feel like the deeper you get into that, the more it becomes like surface. A lot of people are only surface level influencers, meaning they can do what they need to do on camera, but they can't actually hold a crowd. They can't talk to a crowd of people. They can't actually do a meet and greet. They can't actually...
Right.
They're only surface level, as in I can come in, say hi, take a few pictures, and leave because that's how you see me, but I don't perceive myself as a... What I say all the time is I want to be bigger than YouTube. As in, YouTube is a stepping stone to make you a star. You can get 1 million views on your own, then you can go and end up on the Tyler Perry movie, and you can go and do these other things in auditions, because that technically is part of your resume. But a lot of people don't see outside of this platform.
YouTube is absolutely a stepping stone. No, not many people are going to get rich off of YouTube.
Right, it's not a forever thing.
Yeah.
It's like
you can make money, but getting rich is another story. Let's take a shot.
I'm gonna say, is this a shot?
Shit, I ain't gonna lie. We just spoke some facts. I don't think that a lot of people are hearing the stuff that we're saying, and it's very true. It's very true. So I got a question for you. What would you say? Like, what's that one comment that someone said that just got you? It was like that one comment you're like, all right, this one went too far. I can't fuck with it.
That's hard. I'm gonna be honest. I have went like super viral before. And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't realize that going super viral was a thing. Like, people be like, well, I've been viral before.
Right.
But I've been super viral, and I didn't realize the difference until it happened. Like, we all have seen videos that have been on the internet forever, like since we've started.
Right.
And there's a difference versus a video going viral and disappearing versus one that circulates forever.
Yeah.
And for me to have a video go viral that circulates forever, it is a little different. I try to laugh at most comments because I've gotten a lot of them. Like, I've read, I got a video currently on Facebook with like 6,000 comments of them chewing me up. And honestly, I used to get... because
do you read them?
I actually do read my comments. And sometimes I read them because they funny. They be funny.
Yeah, they be funny.
People be saying things, I'm like, I ain't never heard that one before. But it's like, I did have a self-conscious and like insecure period of my life. Most people do. And when I first started, all the comments used to hurt. The very first video I did was a smasher pass. And I think it was just a comment about my back fat. like literally. But it hurt my feelings. Like I was crying for a few days.
For a few days?
And it was just because I was one of those people that hid my body. And I hid certain parts of myself. So for me to do a video where I'm showing it and the whole world can see it all at one time, I just feel like that was a lot to take in at one time. And my feelings was hurt. But honestly, that's kind of what made me continue. It was like, I don't ever see me. I'm like, I could easily cry in this video, which that's what most people see, but I don't never see them come back with jokes and say this, and this. So the next Smash or Pass I did, I was like, I'm roasting everybody. I'm going to say anything that come to my mind. And honestly, that made me go more viral because it was like, her of all people, that's what she going to say about them? Yeah, exactly. Because why does me being plus size mean that I can't say what's on my mind? I can still say what's on my mind. I'm just gonna be bigger doing it.
Yeah. So after that comment, was there other comments that did that to you, or you feel like that was the one?
I feel like that one was like the one. After that, I stopped being as sensitive to comments because I realized they wasn't gonna stop. Once I realized, like, okay, what I'm choosing to pursue means people are going to talk about me no matter what I do, whether I'm good, bad. They're gonna want to know about my daily life, and I'm choosing to open myself up like this. I realized it's not gonna stop. So I might as well
it's never gonna stop. They are so vicious in the comments. Oh my God.
And they care about every detail of your life.
Yeah, they got something to say about everything.
Man.
It's crazy. Like, I don't know why people are like that, but that's just what the culture has become. And it's like they want to be the funniest one. They want to be the viral comment.
Everybody wants to be that one comment.
They got 1,000 likes or 10,000 or whatever.
And I don't understand, but at the same time, I've been that one comment on a few posts before.
Yeah, I have too.
So
not realizing I was doing it. Like,
but what's funny is you get it once it happens, because once you become that one comment, it's like, everybody think my comment funny. Like, like, dang, I think I do want to comment some bullshit every time. And honestly, people do it on purpose.
You got a good point. So that's when you kind of desensitize. Be like, you know what? Fuck it.
Right.
Y'all gonna talk that shit. Because, being an interracial couple, like being an interracial, oh my God, they got so much to say about that.
I can imagine.
And I get the most mad when they talk shit about her.
Right.
So I know what it is. I definitely understand what,
And like, I think that's what it is. I don't even care when people talk about me anymore. I get more upset when you talk about other people, like people I'm close to, because it's like they're not mentally prepared for this. I am. So just come for me. Leave everybody else out of it. I've already prepared myself for this. Right. So.
But that's good. Definitely keep the energy.
No, it's definitely.
So I'm gonna get deep with you for a second. What was the hardest struggle that you went through in your life?
The hardest struggle that I feel I went through in my life was acceptance. I feel like I spent a lot of my life wanting to be accepted by people, and I never felt accepted. Yeah.
You never did?
I mean, yes and no, because even now I still go through that, but it's not as bad because it's like now it's a choice. I'm choosing for people not to accept me because I'm choosing my own lane. But I still sometimes get a little butthurt by certain things. Like if I go to the club and you say you want all baddies in this section and then you exclude me, I'm going to automatically feel like it's a weight thing. Or like certain things, and I don't lie to myself. So it's like if I feel like that's why you're doing it, then I'm just going to accept it. But it still sometimes hurt, of course, because it's like you would think that, I guess my issue was I thought that me gaining a following would change people's respect level for me as a whole. And it doesn't. So I thought that once I made a name for myself outside of being just the big girl or the insecure person, that it would change how people treated me altogether. And it doesn't. It really just changed the fact that I have an image. Now I have an image. So now if you treat me a certain way, I have to defend it versus like taking it, because now I would look bad to take it. But I'm still subjected to it because that doesn't change, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, you're a baddie in my eyes.
Well, thank you.
No problem.
I mean, I feel that way too. But I'm not going to buy the same body that everybody have on display. It's okay. It'll happen if it's meant to happen. But at the end of the day, I don't really care too much because I just feel like I don't like pain. how much time does it take to recover from these surgeries? Like that's what nobody talks about that. Like how much time?
Oh, there's pain involved.
Then how long do you have to recover? Because that's what's more important to me. Because I'm a workaholic. I don't like being down for too long.
Well, you're gonna be down for a while.
And I can't. And I will say I genuinely love what I do. So I'd be upset if I'm sick for too long. Like I don't like not doing content. Like I can't. So no.
For sure. I mean, I think it takes time. You know, it takes time. I feel like from what I've seen from being around you, I feel like it's been good. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you've been accepted, at least for the people we be around. That's what's the most important. You know, people you don't know are going to always talk shit. Right. They're going to talk shit about anything. Anything they can find to talk shit about, they're going to. Just like we talk about the comments. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I do respect is the confidence, though.
Right. Well, thank you. But the thing about it is, like, just because I go through something, I don't eliminate the fact that other people go through it too. Because at the end of the day, the same way I don't feel accepted by certain people, what do you have to be going through mentally to go pay to change yourself? What do you have to be going through mentally to go endure traumatizing pains to look a certain way?
Yeah.
So the same thing I'm going through, other people going through, they just mask it differently. Mm-hmm. And
true.
I don't take that away from people. I just try to deal with my own problems separately. But that's something that I do feel I still deal with, but it's different levels. Like even with being a comedian, like even with me starting as a chef, there are a lot of people that I feel belittle the fact that I do comedy or I do content now because they still see me as a chef. And to me, why I stopped cooking for a while was because to me that's a service. I don't want to be a person that does a service to you because I want to be a person that deserves services done for them. Mm. So I don't want to be in the background anymore. So that's why I took a break from cooking, because I wanted to figure out how to merge it with me being in the front. Because you hire me to be your chef, you're not gonna greet me as a content creator, as a person who has earned millions of views. You're gonna greet me as a person who's coming to do something for you.
So I'm gonna tell you what I think. We talked about this before the interview. Combine the content with the cooking, with the people, and then what'll happen is that it'll get so big that when if they book you, it's gonna be a fee. It's gonna see me. I get 1 million views on these videos. I'll cook for you, but it's gonna be a little check. You know what I'm saying? Facts. It's gonna be a little bag. So that's how you do it. Right. That way, I'll do the service, but it's gonna cost. You feel me? So, but it's gonna happen. You just gotta create that. We're gonna manifest it. It's happening.
That's what I'm working on now. And I would say since I started combining the two, the respect level is different now. Yeah. Now it's like, well, how much do I have to pay you to cook for me because you do content as well? Like I just want people to see me as a walking brand. Don't see me as a chef. Don't see me as a plus size girl. See me as I do everything and respect the fact that I do everything. Right. So that's really my biggest thing. Once you respect me, we good. We can do whatever. Just as long as I'm not discredited at any point. And that's really all I care about.
For sure. So I'm going to switch the subject for a minute. So have you ever experienced men or women fetishizing you?
Yeah. I got OnlyFans, okay? And I started my OnlyFans because of the creepy stuff I get in my DMs.
Really?
I had one man send me 30 pictures of him in a diaper saying that he just wanted to cuddle me because some men have like a plus size fetish. And,
a diaper.
Yeah, or mommy issues. And I don't know why people just like automatically take big women and assume that we can cook and be moms. But like I get a lot of like fupa fetishes. You know what a fupa is?
Tell me one time so I know.
The fupa is the fat upper pussy area. Oh. It's this little stomach pouch right there, okay?
Oh, okay.
So I get a lot of people with fupa fetishes. Like people DM me, I just want you to sit your fupa on my forehead. Or like that's can I just lay on your fupa? And I'm like, that's weird. Like, that's weird. Like, you fantasizing about something that I don't even want for real. Like, okay, but I get that a lot, honestly.
Really?
You will be surprised. So I was like, I'm going to start OnlyFans. All the little creeps, y'all can come request it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's you got a weird request, request it on my OnlyFans because you got to pay for
it. That's hilarious. So what was your craziest person fetishizing you? What was your craziest story?
This one man, and I would never forget because he told me he would pay me to scat, but he wanted to see my stomach. And I was like, what scat?
Oh, that's about to say.
And he sent me a video, and it was a girl basically shitting on the floor. He wanted to pay me to shit on the floor.
Shit on the floor.
And rub my stomach in it.
Okay, that's going to be about $1 million.
Right. I'm like, how much you trying to pay for that? Because you want me to rub my stomach and shit. Like, even if it's mine. Like,
that is wild.
And you, like, I get the weirdest. And I'll be like, dang. And I'll be wishing I had other BBW influencer friends. I'll be like, do people say this to you?
Whoa,
like,
that
people
is...
find the weirdest things to, like, talk about. Like, my roles. Like, I've had somebody ask me, can they just, like, I just want to lay in your rolls, or can I lick between your rolls? And I'm like, why? Like, why? Why would you want to do that? Like, they clean, but still, like, I just don't get it. Honestly.
Bro, that's wild, and that scat one is crazy.
And the fact that's really a thing, I really, like, looked it up on Pornhub. It's a thing.
Oh, my God. That is graphic. That is...
Right, you're not going to catch me on Pornhub.
Yo, that's insane. Oh, my God. So as a BBW, tell me your craziest sex story that you want to say on camera.
So, I did one of my stand-ups on... Okay, so I'll say this. I've seen a lot of BBWs, like... I don't know if people know, but big girls do not really be liking big guys, okay? I'm sorry for all the big guys out there, okay? I don't want to hurt y'all my feelings, but... Two big people, it just don't mesh, right? And in the past, I've always dated just big people. And it was a lot of it had to do with, and I wouldn't say it had to do with a confidence thing, but it was just like, I don't know, I always clicked with a big person. Maybe it was just because we both went through the same stuff from being big. I don't know. But, in one of my recent stand-ups, I talked about, I learned something, right? So, recently... my first time I would say I've ever messed with a smaller person or whatever. And I didn't realize that the stomach pouch takes off a few inches of the penis. And I like women, so of the, the strap. We're gonna say that. It takes off a few inches. So I'm like, okay, I've been messing with these girls with the little Dunlap. Dunlap, I mean, they hang over your pants, so. You
said what now?
Dunlap. It hang over your pants, like done lapped over your pants. So I didn't realize like it was taking off inches. Okay, so I'm a bigger person, so I thought maybe my cervix was a little further back. So I'm like, okay, a 10-inch penis is cool, but when you're doing somebody with 3 inches of stomach, I'm not actually getting 10 inches, right?
Oh, I see.
So. Basically, I started sleeping with someone new or whatever, which is, now my partner. And I started realizing, she's smaller. So I started realizing I'm probably getting all 10 inches now. Oh. And I started realizing, I thought that's what I was taking, but that's not. So now I really actually can't. So it's been a few times, like, I don't think, she know, but, like, it's been a few times where, like, it was just too far, and then I had to, like, pass gas a few times. And, like, it'd be silent. You just, like, clench your cheeks really hard and, like, just pray that it don't smell. But if it do, y'all already doing it, so you would just hope that the, like, smell of everything else.
Yo.
But that doesn't always happen. So, I probably farted a few times doing sex. I can call cramps because, I don't really do exercising. And people don't realize sex is an exercise. Like, everything you do is a workout. Like, I can call some Charlie horses a few times. Like, I got stuck trying to ride before. Like, stuck.
You got stuck?
Yeah, like my leg locked up, couldn't move. So now we just got to awkwardly sit here and, like, discuss, are you going to push me off you? Or am I going to actually try to get up? Like, I just prefer you push and I tuck and roll, Like, it just, I mean, I've had a lot of, awkward sex things happen. So I don't really know.
That's funny. Yeah. That's wild.
Just a few.
Kept it 100.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna always be honest. I'm gonna tell you, like, look, I mean, I tell you I farted, but I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm struggling. This is a little hard for me. Like, I'm gonna tell you that.
So, do you think she noticed?
Uh, I mean, I would hope not. I don't think so because it's never been like mentioned.
Oh,
But
okay.
like, you know,
Maybe now it will. Maybe.
you're right, yeah. Or now I'm gonna be actually trying to get a whiff, like, try to smell, see if something smell different. I don't know, but it probably come up eventually.
So, what's your favorite position?
Man, honestly, all of them, but from the back. I feel like, and I feel like every big girl say that because it's the most comfortable. What? From the back, I ain't got to do no work. I just got to just be there and make sure I'm stable enough, to take it. So, yeah, I ain't got to do no work. I would say from the back is the favorite, because less work, the better. Because what? I'm being internally worked out already, technically.
Right. Shit, that's my favorite too. So how old were you when you realized you were into women?
My first time eating coochie, I was in the 7th grade.
Okay.
And I never forget it because it was the most childish way. She wrote down on a piece of paper, "You want to touch each other, yes or no?" And I checked yes, and that was that. I didn't really know for sure that I liked women. I was bad. So I was in alternative school, and they separated the boys and the girls. So all the girls were just gay, all of them. And they kept coming up to me like, "Are you bisexual? Are you a lesbian?" And I'm like, "I don't know what this means." Like, I wouldn't answer.
They know nowadays.
Right, they know now, but like I didn't know. I think I was in 6th grade. I didn't really know, but I knew that I was like attracted to girls, but I had never been with a girl. So when I finally experienced it, I was like, man, I don't know. This different, I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this, but I like it. And that was just kind of that. And and I honestly been gay as shit since, honestly. Because I feel like there's levels to gay. And I feel like I am very gay. But I have been with men. I don't want people to feel like I've never been with a man. I've been with men before. So,
Right.
yeah.
What advice do you have to other BBW content creators that are trying to become a big content creator?
I would say with being a BBW, people are automatically going to look to you for confidence. If you're not confident and you don't show that you have a high respect for yourself and high regard for yourself and everything you do, then off rip, people are not going to look at you. I feel like with being a BBW content creator, you have to be very strong-minded. And you got to be different. Like anything that you feel you wouldn't feel comfortable doing, try. And I feel like you got to learn to laugh at yourself too, because if you don't, you're going to cry a lot. A lot. Okay. So you have to learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Be comfortable in different settings and be comfortable knowing that everywhere you go, you may be the only person that look like you in the room. You may be the only person that wear that size in the room. You may be the only person that is not as confident or comfortable, but I tell people all the time, emotions, you wear them on your sleeve. I can tell that you are unconfident when you walk through the door. So that's something you don't never show people. A lot of people with me can never tell if I'm going through something because I don't show it. It doesn't matter if I'm sad. Before I walk in the building, I'll be like, "Okay, Kreshai, you gotta get it together," because when you get in here, people are gonna be looking at you and they expect you to be confident. So get it together. And like sometimes you gotta just push through, and you gotta know that if you're not as confident in something right now, don't give up, because eventually that you will gain that confidence, and you're gonna see exactly what everybody else saw when they took that chance on you.
Right. So what is your biggest suggestion, like, as how to build that confidence?
Me personally, I tell everybody the best way to build your confidence is to speak highly of yourself, but speak light and love into yourself. As in, I have moments where I talk to myself. Like, if I walk into a room and I might slightly feel my insecurity hit, I'm gonna go to the restroom and I'm gonna go tell myself I'm the baddest bitch in this room. Like, I'm gonna go and do whatever I need to do and say what I need to say to make sure I get the job done, and I don't ever, like, that never wavers, that never changes. So I would say the best way to build that confidence is to really genuinely find something within yourself to love. and nurture that. Whether it's something small, whether it's you love the fact that your hair always done. Make sure your hair always done, and every time your hair done, pop your shit. Like, find one thing about yourself and nurture it and take care of it and make sure that you really, really, really go hard in that. And over time, that one thing will multiply into multiple things.
For sure. That's great advice. For sure. I want to make sure you brought that up because I want people to see that and really like, I feel like you could be an inspiration because I feel like the confidence you have is rare. It's rare, you know what I'm saying? And it's something that is very valuable, and I feel like people need to see it and learn from it. And that's my opinion. I mean, I feel like you could be, like, you should do motivational speeches. You feel me?
Actually
and to show other people.
Wanted to do that. I just wasn't sure where to start. Like, I have an advice column, which, you know, if you email me at therealkreshai@gmail.com, I'll respond. I have a lot of BBWs message me for advice on, like, how I got confident. And I'm always honest. I tell them, I got confident by being unconfident. I got tired of my feelings getting hurt every time I walked into a room. So at some point, I had to tell myself, this is a choice. If I'm going to keep walking into rooms that hurt my feelings, at some point, I'm going to have to have the endurance to go through this. So I had to make a decision. Do I really want this or do I really want to quit? And if I really want it, then I got to take on whatever comes with it. And a lot of things that come with it is me feeling bad about myself. Me feeling down about myself. So instead of me feeling that way, now I know that that's something that could come from the choices I'm making. I gotta, look, at this point, manipulate yourself, you know? Because people say manipulation is a big thing. The way you can be manipulated by media and social media, manipulate you to think that you have to be this way, so whatever. I manipulate myself. I tell myself all the time, look, you don't have to be this way. You got to be this way. Like, if you got to tell yourself different scenarios, I don't know if it makes me look crazy. I don't know if it makes me look like I'm off my rocker. But I feel like do what you got to do to get it done, because at the end of the day, once you get it done, you're going to feel 10 times better about it. And it's going to make you more confident doing it again. So it's like, even if I got to lie to myself to get through it the first time, once I get through it the first time, I'm going to be so proud of myself for doing it. That I'm going to want to do it again. And I'm going to go in way more confident because I did it already.
And do it better.
And sometimes you just got to go through the motions. You got to fall 10 times, you know, to get up. So I feel like everything is about just choice. Once you make the decision that this is what you want to do, you got to accept what comes with it.
You got to go 100%.
Yeah, you got to go 100%. And that's one thing I do. Like, I literally, like, I know that it's going to be hard days. I know that I'm going to have days where some things may affect me. But I tell myself, I made this decision. I say that all the time, like, Kreshai, you chose this, and this is what you want, and you've been doing it for this many years, and you got a name for yourself. You can't quit now. I'm not finna be one of them people, where are they 5 years from now? No, I got to see the end result. We got to see it through. So now I got this brand. What am I going to do with it? I want to be on TV, so I got to keep going. Until I get to TV, because at this point, it would have been for nothing for me. It doesn't matter what y'all got from it. I didn't accomplish what I wanted. So it's for nothing. And I don't want that. So
I believe you're going to get there. No doubt.
Shit, I need to. Look, what P. Diddy at? No,
so did you hear about how they want to ban TikTok?
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I'm going to be honest. People are going to be so mad. I slightly agree. I slightly agree for two reasons. TikTok has made so many not influencers.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that blew up on TikTok that blew up accidentally, but now they're these big... Like, I only feel that way just because I feel like for the people who really put in the work, they deserve recognition. And I feel like a lot of people not putting in the work and they're getting it just because it's available. Now, I don't really want them to ban it because I love TikTok. Like, what? Right. That's my highest platform, too. Why would I want them to delete it? But I feel like whatever reason they choosing to delete it, I don't agree with, because they probably choosing to ban it for something stupid. Or TikTok has made a lot of successful people or a lot of rich people quickly.
No doubt.
Between COVID and now, a lot of people have become rich from TikTok quickly.
For sure.
I understand that, and maybe that's why, but I wouldn't agree with them banning it, like, overall.
So basically, they're either trying to ban it or they're trying to sell it. They're like, look, they know that like China owns it and they don't like that. So like, hey, you guys are taking our information and giving it to China's government. That's what they're suggesting. Or that somehow the government is getting a hold of the information. Like what we like, all that type of stuff, like our analytics. But here's my thing. TikTok is giving a lot of information now. People are learning shit from TikTok.
TikTok is better than school. I say I have learned so much from TikTok, I feel like that's why we need TikTok. Because I've learned so much from TikTok. It's like, I go on TikTok for something quicker than I go on YouTube now. Exactly. But in a way, TikTok hinders a lot of stuff because it's like you can have 1 million followers on TikTok and 10K on Instagram. TikTok people love TikTok. Mm-hmm. So I feel like the issue is branching out outside of TikTok. Yeah, maybe if TikTok was like YouTube and Instagram where everybody was on every platform, then it probably would be better. But I feel like because it's like we love TikTok, we're a diehard TikTok, we're not leaving TikTok. I think that's what's creating more of the controversy with it because it's like you got 30 million people on TikTok that don't have Instagrams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pissing somebody off.
And that's making somebody upset because you got to think about it. Instagram is one of the biggest platforms, and Instagram and Facebook are merged now from what I know.
And YouTube is also getting affected by this.
Yeah, so it's like now TikTok is basically ruining people's revenue.
And that's what I think. I think that because a lot of the people who are like going against them are like YouTube, Facebook. You see what I'm saying? So the people who are getting hurt, but I feel like what's really going to make them do it is because, like, if you scroll down my TikTok feed, I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna see. They're talking about who built the pyramids, is there giants, who read the Bible for real. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you're seeing. How do we get together as a society and work together? Like that's
TikTok is too unfiltered for them.
Exactly.
You can post whatever. You can't control it.
And they're pushing it. Like that's what you're gonna see because I watch a video like that.
Because I love conspiracy theories, and my TikTok is full of that too.
Exactly.
Literally.
So they're telling us the shit that Instagram would never put in front of us.
Right.
If you're scrolling on Instagram, you're barely ever gonna see that shit.
But you gotta think about it. Instagram has been around, and I've been out of high school for a long time. I made my Instagram my senior year. Instagram has been around for a long time, and so has Facebook. And they've merged. Mm-hmm. So it's basically the same thing.
Same algorithm.
So the issue is they don't like something different having its own algorithm.
Yeah.
And TikTok is on its own wavelength.
Doing its own thing.
Exactly.
It's like there's no censorship of TikTok.
Right.
That's the whole point I'm trying to make here. There's no censorship of TikTok. Like anything you want to figure out, it's there. If I watch a video about who built the pyramids, I'm going to see one tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like they're pushing that shit. But on Instagram, they're not going to push that to me tomorrow because we're not supposed to know that. You know what I'm saying? They don't want us to know. So that's where it's like, so they're censoring us. It's government control. The government is trying to control TikTok. They're saying, look, we're not going to they're saying they're going to ban it, but they're not going to ban it because it's making too much money. They were like, hey, sell it to us. We can censor it. And then boom, we out of it. You know what I mean? China's out of it. You ain't going to see that shit. The only thing you're going to see in that motherfucker is people dancing, people doing funny skits. I mean, it ain't going to hurt us. Like the content that we do, like we do skits and stuff, they're gonna always push that because they want us to keep laughing and not worrying about the dead or the war. You know, they want us to worry about who's dancing so good today. You know what I'm saying? Who's got the new dance trend going on? Like who's got the funniest kid? That's all they want us to think about. You know what I'm saying? When we're on social media and we're thinking about like, damn, like what's really going on in this war? Who's really getting these billions of dollars? They don't want us to think about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because on TikTok, they're talking about that shit.
No, that's true.
And they're pushing it.
TikTok talks about everything.
Everything.
Like everything. And it's to the point where I can see why the government's like, no, we need this gone because now, then especially because you can make 10-minute videos on TikTok. So you can make a 10-minute video talking about stuff that you're not supposed to talk about. And the only thing TikTok really can do is take it down. But you can repost it as many times as you want, and they're going to just keep taking it down. But it's like no real punishment. And I guess that's the difference. Like with Instagram, you can get your page deleted or they will like demonetize you or
exactly.
Like, there's actual punishment.
They're gonna
TikTok, there's no real punishment.
I mean, if you're doing like nudity shit, like you're doing certain shit, they're gonna punish you. Like you're going too far with that. But if you're speaking some facts, they're not gonna ever punish you for that shit.
No, that's true.
And that's what I love about TikTok, and that's what they hate about TikTok. I mean, a lot of the shit I learned is literally from being on TikTok. I'm like, holy shit. And I look into it, I'm like, damn, it's just true. Like that shit really happened. I didn't know.
No facts, because a lot of my conspiracy stuff has come from TikTok.
You feel
I
me?
literally sit on TikTok now and be like I seen something recently was talking about the Bible and how like we not reading the original Bible. The original Bible was back in this day.
Yeah.
And everybody was posting about it, and I'm like, this looks real. Like
it's so crazy that when I eat, like let's say I get some Chick-fil-A and I'm by myself, I'm gonna eat real quick, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not watching some conspiracy shit on TikTok, my meal ain't the same. My meal ain't the same.
Lie, I'm like that. When I'm by myself, I be on TikTok. And like I would literally sit there and scroll. At this point, I wish there was a way for it to automatically. You know how they used to have it where like automatically go to the next video when that was over? I wish they could just have that way I would never have to touch my phone while I'm eating. And I won't have to worry about stopping, putting my fries down to scroll. Because honestly, TikTok is life. And I literally watch TikTok to fall asleep.
And they hate that another country created that and they're in control of that.
But the thing about it is, and then to touch on the Chinese government thing. Okay, let's just be for real. China owns everything in America. Why do we care? They already access I feel like China already know who I am. They already got my identity because they own everything. We have been in debt to China since before I was born. Mm-hmm. So at this point, like, we can't stop them from coming over. We can't stop the merge. We can't stop the invasion. So why keep fighting it? Either pay them their money
and stop borrowing that shit.
Or just let it go. Because like we owe China more than we can probably ever like
imagine.
Count. Right. So and we're still getting put in more debt. So at some point, pay them people their money or leave it alone. Let them do what they want to do because they ain't actually China don't actually want to fight us until we try to enforce something. We try to enforce something, then they got to remind us like, you owe us $64 million, trillion.
Yeah.
So
fuck out of here with that.
Yeah, that's the only time we have issues with them. Maybe we should just be on our P's and Q's like you was in school and not piss China off because at this point we're never gonna give them their money. You're never gonna get it. So let's not even.
It's facts.
I'm
trying to figure out why they're still cutting checks. If I was trying to be like, hey, listen, the checks are done.
China make money off everything we own. Say made in China.
Exactly.
It was all made in China.
They're making so much money.
Everything in the U.S. was made in China, but us. So at this point, they already getting their reparations. They getting a percentage off of something. Every weave we get come from China. China making their money. Just let them continue what they doing. And stop causing conflict with them because we got a good merge going on right now. Like, why you want to tarnish that by trying to basically, overexert everything. Our authority? Yeah. When at the end of the day,
they could be doing that shit.
We don't have no. If them people come over here, it's over. Like, why?
There's so many of them. Like, you think we can fight that shit?
What? Like, China is huge. Texas is pretty huge, but China's freaking huge.
But see, Texas, like, there's all this open land. China's like, everywhere you go, there's fucking a big ass building. They're full of people.
They're gonna bomb us. Like,
they're gonna bomb us,
I don't
attack
have the
us.
energy. I don't want. I'm allergic to exercise. I can't run from bombs. I'm gonna be the first person hit. So I look at it like this: leave them people alone so they don't bother us. If y'all want to go and start a war with China, give me like 80 years, okay? 80 years, and then you gonna do whatever you want to do because I won't be here at that point. It'll be the next generation and their problem because I don't get that. Like, we've been owing them forever. At this point, we owe a lot of different people. Honestly, a lot of people are in debt to China. China should just run everything and we just do what they say. As long as, they don't change too much. And
that's the problem.
Rice, I'm good.
Like, see, in China, they're communists, so they run this shit pretty crazy. Like, You don't get many choices.
Like, I know that back in the day when they had the United Nations and everybody had to, you pick a side and all that. But I feel like we don't have to do that, especially with our president right now.
And
like,
we always
I've
do
been
that.
hearing our president barely can keep his eyes open. Everybody
That's what it seemed
sleepy.
like.
Yeah, everybody keep calling him sleepy. I don't know.
Sleepy Joe.
Yeah, Sleepy Joe. I don't pay attention to that. But what I do know is he needs to just go to sleep on the war part and leave it alone. And then we can just come back later because I don't...
So did you hear about in Russia? Russia and a different country was banning LGBTQ. Was banning it.
I mean, you could ban it, but how you gonna ban sexuality? Like, how are you gonna tell people you can no longer identify as this? Like, I mean, it's already shunned upon. At this point, it's already banned. If you ask me, the way people talk about the gay community and how it is treated, it's already banned, damn near. But
right.
How can you actually like do that? I feel like that's kind of childish. But I mean, if we're gonna be completely honest, where did it come from? Because before how do I word this? You know, how do I word this exactly? Everything wrong with America came from Europe. Okay, homosexuality included. So, how can y'all ban something y'all created?
Well, actually, the Bible, like Sodom, is in Africa, right?
What?
Like Sodom and Gomorrah, like Sodom, there was it's just in the Bible. There was like that's where the word Sodom, what is it called? Like sodomy came from. There was gay stuff going on in Sodom. I don't know if it was in Africa or if it was on the Middle East area, but it was in that area of the world.
So is that the first?
I don't know if that was the first,
or is that the first documented? Because that's the difference.
Right.
We have a lot of things go on, but we don't document them until they're popular.
So I don't know where it started, but I just know in the Bible it does document that, and I believe that was like before Europe. Like, but I don't know. That's a good question. So we don't know when the Bible was written. Exactly,
and reasons like that bring me back to believe that at the end of the day, you got to think about it. Being completely honest, and this is just me. Because I did study religion for a period of time. And this is just me. If black people couldn't read and write, who wrote the Bible? Meaning that our personal opinions ain't in it. What we saw and experienced ain't in it. So, therefore, it's automatically whitewashed.
Okay, well, yeah, for sure. So, in my opinion, people might hate me for this opinion, but nobody in the Bible is white. And when they show Jesus as this white guy, that's a fucking joke. Because why? Okay, actually, let's put it more like this. Look at the Last Supper. You got these 13 or however many white people sitting at this table eating dinner. How many fucking dinner tables had 13 people of white people eating dinner in the Middle East / Africa area? Because we don't know exactly where this happened. Where was the Last Supper at?
And the food looked too good and seasoned.
You feel me?
For me, for it to have been 13 white people.
You feel me?
I agree. But I will say, a lot of people don't read Egyptian mythology. And I was a person that was really deep into Greek mythology, Egyptian mythology, all of that.
For sure.
Why is it that our Bible is almost an exact replica of the Egyptian Bible?
Absolutely.
And why is it that
the Book of the Dead?
Yeah, everything that they depicted, like it's like everything we do is different. Like how Egyptians, they prepare for their death because they believe that what you take with you when you die means like shows what your life was worth.
Yeah.
We don't prepare for the death, but when we die, we still do the same thing. Why does that make why is that?
There's
Horus
no doubt.
and Osiris, though why were they God and Jesus Christ, and why do they depict the exact same thing that our God and Jesus Christ depict? I am not a person who questions faith because I'm one of those people to believe. I'd rather believe in it than get to the end and realize I fucked up. So
do you believe in the Bible?
I believe in God and Jesus Christ, and I believe that there was a Jesus and Jesus died for our sins, and He died for us. But I can't believe that every book in the Bible is true.
So I'm going to read something to you since you brought it up. Jesus and Horus, okay? Jesus story was written down 2,000 years ago. Horus was written down 5,000 years ago. So Horus is an older story. Mm-hmm. Jesus, born of the Virgin Mary. Horus, born of the Virgin Isis. Birthday is on December 25th. Birthday on December 25th. They both got the same birthday. The North Star led the men to meet him. The North Star led the wise men to meet him when he was born. The Eastern Star led the three wise men to meet when Horus was born. They were taking Jesus was taken to Egypt to escape the wrath of Herod. Horus was taken to Egypt to escape the wrath of Typhon. Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist. Horus was baptized by Anna the Baptizer. And there's about 10 more things I can read right here. Their stories are identical.
Right.
So that's the thing about Jesus. Like, I mean, and not to like I don't like frown down upon like people who believe in Jesus. I think that Jesus is a great way of like how we should live life, a great example on how life should be living, giving to others, caring about others, like having that compassion. But then again, the story of Jesus is in the Egyptian mythology as well. And we call it mythology because we don't believe in it, but they didn't call it that.
Right, but that's the thing about faith. Faith is believing in things you cannot see.
Yeah.
That's what faith is. So when I say that I have faith in Jesus Christ and God, that doesn't mean that I have faith in Christianity. That means I have faith in Jesus Christ and God. I believe that there is a higher power. I believe that there is an overseer, and there is someone that knows my life plan and that will help me and guide me to where I need to be.